Chair.
Sir William CEO.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I wanted to just respond to some comments the Minister made earlier in this debate, because I got the impression that the Minister's thinking was that somehow Māori and Pacific children grow up wanting to live on the benefit, wanting to be on welfare. And I want to say to the Minister that that thinking is absolutely wrong, and it's flawed, and I think if that's your thinking, it's actually an affront on the intelligence of New Zealand communities. I also think that the Minister's thinking that somehow the opposition, because we oppose this bill, that somehow that it is our desire for the wider New Zealand community somehow want a lesser quality of life. And with greatest respect to this Minister, I'm saying that she is absolutely and totally wrong if that is her thinking. And in fact, I would dare say that almost as if she's totally out of touch with the reality that many families and many young people are experiencing today. I suspect many of us who visit the schools will take the opportunity to visit and ask the children of those schools what it is that they want to become when they grow up. And I know, whether it be in my electorate or somebody else's electorate, every time you ask young people what it is that they want to become when they grow up, no child ever says, I want to be on the benefit. No child ever says that that's my goal, is I'm going to be a bludger for the rest of my life. Sir, every child that I've ever come across, they talk about becoming an All Black, playing for the Warriors. They talk about becoming lawyers, doctors. I even have one young man out of Robertson Road School in Māngere who wants to be the Prime Minister of New Zealand. They dream, could be, they dream, these young people, of being going to the Olympic Games. They dream of being a policeman in their local community, nurses, doctors. They dream of being professors, sir. And so I find the earlier comments by the Minister that is just absolutely wrong. I think the Minister will be familiar with a group of young people that work with Strive Community Trust in Māngere. And in the times that I spend with those young people, they have big dreams of their future, of what they want to become. No one ever mentions that someday that they'll be on the welfare. They have big dreams. In the last meeting I met with them, they talk about what can this government do for us in terms of part-time jobs or school holiday jobs while they're going to school. How can they earn income to support the projects that they are involved with, but also to support their families? They talk about opportunities that, insofar as they are concerned, that just don't seem to be there. Particularly when they listen and hear that things are going to be tougher for their families, that they're not going to get the support that they once believed that they could get if they wanted to go to university or tertiary education. So I just want to say to the Minister that if her thinking in her earlier comments was that somehow Māori and Pacific children or working class children would somehow, that was their purpose in life, is to aim to be on the benefit or aim to be on the welfare system, I would say to the Minister, she is absolutely, totally wrong. Even the parents that I work with, or parents that come to my office, those whom have complaints with regard to government departments, I say to you, Minister, that parents who are on the benefit are often embarrassed because that is not the kind of living that they dreamt about. That they cannot support themselves, they cannot give their children a high quality standard of living on the benefits that are provided. And I have met numerous parents who are simply gutted that on the benefit they cannot provide for their families, and therefore it is their hope.
Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Speaker.
Honourable Paula Bennett.
Mr. Chairman, I think it's appropriate just to answer a few things that are kind of going around at the moment.